Hello and welcome back to another video. Have you ever wanted to become Mirage, become Octane or Bangalore? Well, now is your chance because you can now become the anime versions of the characters. Apex Legends have released the Guide and Event VTuber announcement. What it means is all the characters you've seen on the screen just a second ago, you can actually basically play them / they react to what you do. You basically record yourself on either a webcam or your phone and the characters follow what you say. It's kind of cool. Now, I tried the tutorial out and I could not do it for the life of me. It was so difficult, so I thought rather than you guys having to swear quite a bit like I did, you can have an easier tutorial which I'll make. So let's get into it. So your first step involves downloading something called Vtube. You're going to need to do this on Steam and your phone if you don't plan to have a webcam active. So it's actually quite cool because you can pair your phone up with your computer and you can basically react off the top of that. But what you need to do is you need to go onto Steam, type into the Steam store page Vtube, and then go down to the install option. Once you've done that and you've installed it, we'll go on to the next step. It is worth mentioning though that Vtube is not entirely free. If you want the watermark removed, you've got to pay £11.39, or you can just mess around with it without the watermark, or find a way to remove it yourself. But yeah, they want you to pay for that. So the next option involves you actually having to download the skins. So you can do this on the main website to get the Bangalore, Octane and Mirage skin. I'll put the link to that in the description below. Once you've done that, it will be in your downloads folder and you'll have to extract the files or unzip them. To do this, you just right click on the file itself and you have an option that says extract all. If you're using something like Windows 7, which is really old, you need to get something like WinRAR or 7-zip to actually be able to do that, and I'll put the links to that as well in the description. So once you've actually got everything downloaded and extracted, you need to get the model put into the game files. To do that, you have to click on the button which says open data folder. That will open up a folder which looks like this. You then need to go into the live 2D models folder, and once you go into the live 2D models folder, you'll be given a load of preset models which are already downloaded with the actual software. Now, in the download that you did previously, so you went to the Apex Legends website, you downloaded the Bangalore, Mirage and Octane folder, you're going to need to go inside that folder that you extracted. Make sure it's extracted. Now, if you've gone into the folder which has been extracted, you can either highlight and copy it all into this folder here, or what you should be doing is you should be going and getting the model version, so the Bangalore in this case, VTuber model, and just drag or copy and paste it into the live 2D model folder, and then you'll be able to see what it looks like in the game. To actually load the model into the game though, you're going to have to go back to the main screen, so you can either press the Start VTube Studio button or do what I do and press the big red X on the top button of the screen. This will then take you back to the main menu and you'll be able to click on the little person sort of looking icon. It's the top pinky one. If you click on that, then you should by now be able to see the Bangalore model, and this is what it will look like in the game. I'll come on to how you can add some more bits in a second. So now that you actually have the model in the game, you need to actually put your face to the model so it reacts with what your body movements are doing. Now, for me, I don't really have a webcam, so what I was using was my phone when I tested this out. However, this is where I came across a problem, and you'll see the problem that I come across in a second. I, at the minute, don't think you can connect your phone to the app if you're using a LAN connection. So if you're using a wire connection from your computer into the internet and you're trying to connect from your phone on Wi-Fi, I don't think it works, because I tried this on a laptop as well and it worked absolutely fine. Now, this was the error I was getting, but I was able to resolve it in the end. So let's go through the steps on how to do it now. So if you did what I said at the start, you would have downloaded the details that you needed at the very start. So you would have gone to the Play Store or the App Store. Now, if you're on the App Store, it seems like this app is mostly designed for Apple users rather than Android users, which is what I use. I'm an Android user. So yeah, you might have a better experience than I did. Now, all you need to do is once you've actually gone into the phone app, you're going to go into the settings. It looks exactly like the desktop application. Go into your settings, go to the bit which says stream to PC Wi-Fi. You're going to need to make sure that you press connect to PC, but at the same time on the PC, you're going to need to open up the server. It's basically as I'm showing here on the screen right now. You do the tick box for the open server bit, and you also have the bit which says connect to PC. Now, the other important thing as well is you need to make sure the port numbers and the IP are the same, because this is how it connects. There were some issues as well I saw if you have your mobile data on, so if you're coming across issues, try turning your mobile data off. They also said try if you have a iPhone, you can connect via USB cable, but you might need iTunes. Again, I tried this, it didn't work with Android, so this is why I suggest you're going to need Wi-Fi. And there's also some problem with 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi connection, which really gets quite difficult there. But yeah, one thing you're just going to need to do is this option here. So make sure it says connect to PC, and then it will say find a server. Now, it might already try to automatically connect. That's what mine did when I had the Wi-Fi connection, and then you'll be able to connect that way. And once you've connected, you'll be able to use your phone in-app. You'll be able to record yourself, and it will come out on your computer. So now that you've got your model actually rendered into the game, one other thing you're going to be able to do is get some assets to go with it as well. Earlier on you saw me with the Bangalore and I had a keyboard. Well, you can do that as well because it came as part of the things you downloaded. To do this, you're going to have to go back into the main menu. You're going to have to click on the bit which says open data folder, and once you've clicked on that, you're going to need to go into the items folder. Once you're inside the items folder, you then go back to your original folder which you downloaded originally. So it would be your Bangalore or your Octane or your Mirage folder. Go back into there, then go to the Bangalore ARM animations bit, for example, and then you're going to need to go to the bit which says controller guncheck keyboard. Highlight it, copy and paste it into the items folder. Once you've pasted it into the items folder, you're then going to be able to go back onto the main menu and you have a green looking star. It looks like this. You'll then be able to filter by what you want. For example, you can type in Bangalore and it will come up with the Bangalore gun, for example, and you'll be able to have that animation on the screen. So the last part as well is setting up for streams or videos if you're planning on using it for that. For example, you can click back onto the green star option and one of them there will give you a filter. Now, one of the filters which is available is a color filter. You'll be able to go into that and select your own color. Now, I wouldn't worry too much about it because it's got a transparency option. This all comes in handy when you're using stuff like OBS. On OBS, it's quite simple. All you got to do is press the plus button to add something, go onto game capture, and then create the new game. So once you've created the new game ID, you type it in and you click OK. Then in the mode bit, go and press capture specific window. In the window, you're going to look for the actual name of the software. So in this case, it's going to be Vtube. Once you've got Vtube, make sure it says allow transparency, make sure that's ticked, and untick capture cursor. That is it. And therefore, you can actually now have hopefully a recording of yourself as one of these characters. Hopefully this helped. If you enjoyed it, remember to like and subscribe. See you soon.